Welcome back to the Javen and YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the last 3 years with my license. Did I regret it? Did I make the wrong choice? Was it worth it? Did it pay off? We're going to get into all those details, and with pictures, I'm going to show you guys my life from the beginning when I got my license to where I'm at now, because it's quite a drastic change, and you guys will see my face in some of these pictures, man. I'm very excited. Some of these pictures, I have things that were a dream to me and they came true thanks to trucking. So I'm going to be sharing all that with you guys, all the tips I learned, the good parts, the bad parts. And honestly, if you guys have any more questions after this video, just might as well schedule a Zoom call. I have a link under the description of this video. Schedule a Zoom call. We can do a 15-minute, 30-minute Zoom call, answer all your other questions, because I'm going to try to get through everything in this video. So stay tuned throughout the whole video. Make sure you drop a like and comment down below your favorite part, and let's get into it. So as many of you guys know, I started off at Tesla. At Tesla, my goal was to save $50,000 to open up a restaurant that I've been dreaming of since I was 18 years old. My goal is just to open up a healthy restaurant, healthy fast food, nice and delicious, and then get to a gym in the future. So that's my goal since I was 18. Obviously, part of life you have to save up money to get to those $50,000. I was at Tesla for about a year, just saving up money. I was able to save up $30,000, but I realized it was gonna take a long time to get to those other $20,000 because it was really hard work. I started to get real tired. My body was taking a toll. Honestly, props to whoever stayed there. I decided to get out. You know, respect to everyone that stayed. Here's a picture of me when I was at the warehouse in uniform, and that's the kind of line we did. So I put together cars, about 200, 300 cars a day. I took care of the front bumper. I was doing a really good job. I was going to get promoted to lead, get a pay increase. But honestly, for me, it wasn't worth it. I felt like I could use my time more wisely to make more money. So that's pretty much, here's a last picture I took with my Tesla jacket. Looking good. Last day in the Bay when I was over there. Because it was hard work, man. With the drive there and back home, it was around 16 hours a day, 12 hours working, and it would be 6 days a week. So it was really hard work. And I decided to really do some research. You know what? This is not good enough for me. I need to look for something better. I'm worth more than this. Should I get into construction? Should I become an electrician? You know, what's going to pay me enough so I could save money and start my business? So I researched, like I said, everything. Construction, electrician, trucking, of course, welding. And trucking to me was the most potential because not only can you get your license really fast, you can get a trucking job really fast. And if you find the right broker, you could own your truck right away. And then from that point on, you could hire someone to take that position over you, and you can still make money. If you're a badass welder, you're going to be making the money. It's really hard to find another good person to replace you. If you're a good construction worker and you want to start your business, you're the one making the money. You have to be out there in the field making sure everything's good. With trucking, you could be a broker, dispatch people, dispatch your driver from the office, or you could do other things. So that drew my attention the most. So that's what I decided to go with. At that time, school wasn't too expensive. I got my permit right away. I went to a school, said, hey, I have my permit, I know my pre-trip. Can you guys get me in for about $1,500 and I'll be out in less than 2-3 weeks? They're like, fine, you get 2 tries in the test. Usually they charge $3,000 to $4,000, but they give you unlimited tries. Some people are up there to a year. I don't know how, man. I got in there now quick, got my license in 2 months. The hardest part for me was reversing and my pre-trip, but I got through that. I failed my permit test 4 times. For those of you guys that are having a hard time, you'll get through it, man. It's definitely worth it. So right away, as soon as I got my license, the next day, actually this is a cool story, right? So we seen the pictures at Tesla, you know, definitely a little slimmer back then. The trucking, they're getting a little weight. But right off the bat, I had my test for my license on a Saturday. I want to tell the story because it's very important. I had my test for my license on a Saturday. There was an auction near where I'm at on a Friday. I went to the auction. I saw a semi-truck. I said, you know what, I'm going to bid for that one. I called the bid. In auctions, usually you have 7 days to pay the bid. If you don't pay, you just get blacklisted and you can't shop there again. Which I'm like, okay, by this time I know it's hard to get insurance, but how hard can it really be? You know, I have a clean record. I should be fine. So I put the bid on the truck. It was a yellow 2014 Freightliner with 500,000 miles for $24,000. I put the bid on it with the money I had saved up from Tesla. And obviously I didn't have to pay until 7 days later. So I passed my license on a Saturday. And then Monday I go to the insurance office and say, hey, I have this semi truck, and you guys insure me? They said, no way, you're 20 years old, you have in 2 days with your license. There's no way we're gonna insure you. So that was the first hit. I was like, damn. Okay, so I can't really start working like this. It's okay. I need to learn the game. It's good to learn the game. So I started in this old Freightliner right here. Come on, guys. What is that? That's like $5,000-$6,000 semi truck. I started off with that truck. Someone hired me right away to do agriculture. $19 an hour right off the bat. Do 12, 15 hours a day. It's the ag schedule we have here in California for ag season. And I was making around 1,000, 1,200 a week. And look at me, man, just wearing shorts. I should at least wear some boots. But yeah, here I am, happy, that I don't have to be at Tesla working my ass off. And much more relaxing in the truck. Right away, I was there for about 2 months. As you guys could tell, I was in the fields, just driving all the time. Then I switched over to this white and green semi truck. It's a Mack truck. It was with another broker, also in agriculture. And then from there, I started really learning a lot. I said, okay, I know these 2-axle, they're not too expensive. You get into ag, I started talking to other truck drivers I would see at the plants where we would drop off. Hey, how much do you make? Some of them don't really like talking, but you just become friendly and you get some good answers. Started driving right there, guys. Stay with me. I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes. Really good information. And it gets really good. Things change quick. So this was 2019. So I have this semi-truck started hauling grapes. I had a pop tire that sucked. 2 tires that day. Some hoses ripped was the downside of it. And pretty much I didn't own my truck at the time, so I just had to wait for the mechanic to get there. There's me with the semi-truck hauling walnuts, everything, all that good stuff. Me in the truck. And while all this is happening, I'm looking at pictures of a Shelby GT350. This is my dream car ever since it came out. I love that car. For me, that's the best car. Anything better than that is a Ferrari or a supercar. But anything under 100K, that car is the best thing for me. So I looked at that car almost all the time. I finished off the season. Saved another $8,000, almost $10,000 throughout that season to add to my $30,000 that I had got from Tesla. Obviously, I have living expenses, but I kept everything low. So I saved up almost $38K around there, some good amount. And we switched over. I said, okay, I learned this. I know this is seasonal. It ends around November. Let's see what else I could find. So I went into, that's right, I went into Optimus Prime. I got a job in a cool company that had all the trucks with the Optimus Prime theme, which is pretty badass. Here's the boss's Kenworth at the time that he had. I had this Peterbilt right here, which is really cool, and they're dump trucks. So these trucks, they cost anywhere from $110,000 all the way to $180,000, even more maybe, if like this nice custom one. And they make pretty good money. They make around $100 an hour, or they get paid pretty good money per load. I was getting paid $26 an hour at the time. And I stayed there for a while. I learned the business. We worked in big companies like right here. This was Facebook headquarters, that you guys could tell. The machines just dropping loads off to the dump trucks, and we go do our loads. So it was all nice work. We did asphalt, all kinds of job. Right here we're getting grindings and machines throwing into the dump truck. So that was, me and my cousin got the job there at the time, and we enjoyed it a lot. One of my favorite jobs. So I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get into trucking, I'm going to get into this right here. But I'm going to tell you guys a little something. The cost of entry to get into that is really high. Cost of entry mean, what does it cost to get in the business? These trucks, on the cheap side, from what I seen at the time, $70,000 and up. And you pretty much have to get it cash, because to get a loan on these older trucks, it's like a 2010, 2011. Dealerships aren't really selling them. And they're up there, man. And for the ag work that I had seen the couple months before, there were some trucks from $10,000 to $25,000 that were nice, reliable trucks, not too old. Of course, there was your little $5,000 to $10,000 trucks that are just completely messed up and old. But I didn't want to risk it that much, so I ended up saying, you know what? If I had the money, I would 100% do dump truck work. It's way more work all the time. We have construction hours. We come in at 6, 5 a.m. We're out by 5, 3, 4 p.m. So good hours there. A lot of fun. There's a lot of people to socialize with. Not like in the other part of trucking where you're mostly alone the whole time. So at that time, guys, I moved on and I started saying, okay, I'm saving up money here. I was able to save up more money from that and just working hard. Then COVID hit. It was right here with the COVID-19 mask. COVID sucked, man. Honestly, it did. I didn't like the way people handled it. And it was just blown out of proportion. It was crazy. I ended up going to work at a warehouse with my cousin. So here are some pictures of me and him at the warehouse. nothing crazy. So during that time, the city shut down in the Bay Area where I was dump trucks was working. So I decided to go to a warehouse, which ended up being a really, really good job. If you guys seen one of my videos, I went to this warehouse, and it's a medical warehouse. It was a DHL, and they were giving a lot of bonuses. They were saying, work 6 days this week, you get $1,000 bonus. Work on Sunday, you get paid double time or triple time. So we were taking home like $2,300 a week. I stayed there for about 6 weeks, almost made up to $9,000, which was insane, more than trucking. But it was just it was a limited thing because of COVID. Then after that, it ended. We went back into trucking at the dump trucks, and at this time, I know I'm gonna get into agriculture, so I started looking for trucks here and there. My budget is definitely under the 30K. I was looking for something around $25,000. I didn't want to push it, even 20,000. I didn't want to go too high because I want to have some money left over for trucking. So around this time, I had saved up money for quite a while now, guys. And understand, I don't have kids. I don't have any big responsibilities. So if you guys have kids, don't try to compare your situation to mine too much. Everyone has their own responsibilities. It might take you a little bit longer. It might take you less time than me. But just know you have to keep going with it because you will get there and it will be worth it. So we're at the point now where I have money saved up. And here's the picture of the cash, man. Cash is beautiful. I love cash. And I'm starting to look for a truck. So I'm just looking for a simple Freightliner. That's what I was used to seeing on the road. For me, I seen it as like the Honda of semi-trucks. They're easy to fix. They're everywhere. Parts are there all the time. Peterbilts and carry wheels are like the top of the line. Super expensive. So I ended up finding this one right here. This little truck right here that's on the screen. I liked it. I said, my limit was 22,000, but this one has good miles. Everything's taken care of. It has nice rims, the grill. I think it will be an easy resale because I was thinking about getting out quick. Save my 50K, get out. And I ended up picking this truck up. Here am I at the DMV when they're checking the truck. I ended up picking up the semi-truck for $28,000, which was a pretty good price at the time. I know trucks right now are expensive. So that's the truck I bought, guys. At that time, too, I had the opportunity to move out and move to a gated community with my two cousins, and we lived there. It was beautiful, man. It was one of my dreams to move up to the hills. It's, right where I'm in Patterson, it's up in the hills. So that dream came true. I bought my semi-truck. Things started to pick up really well. Like I said, bought the semi-truck, put some cash down for the semi-truck, and here I am, all happy with that little picture in the semi-truck. And then here's my first picture, driving the semi-truck, my first loads. I got a job in agriculture right away. Like I said, same thing as I was doing the year before. In this picture here, I'm hauling grapes. And man, check this out. So, like I said, I wasn't making a lot of money. Look at this check right here. This is my first check I got. $4,500 for my first week. Loads were paying from $350 to $280 each load. And it was a great feeling, finally being able to make some good money. After expenses, you guys know the game, man. You end up keeping like $3,000, $2,800. That was my first week. It was weak. The guys told me, hey man, we make $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 here, $8,000 here. You gotta put in work. So I started putting in work. This is a picture of me when I was tired. Got off a little 16-hour shift, maxing it out, and everything was going pretty good. I started my YouTube channel as well. A lot of people were telling me, you know what, life is not that good. This youngster doesn't know what he's talking about. Wait till your truck breaks down. And a lot of people saying it's not that easy. And I'm telling you, it's not easy, guys. It's simple. That's what I love to say. Nothing is easy. There's many things that are simple. Everything's hard one way or another. Tesla was hard. Being a driver was hard. Being an owner-operator is hard. But it's all simple stuff. And for my surprise, the only breakdown I really had was this little handle right here. What is this thing called? Comment down below if you know what this thing's called. I forget the name for it. But it was leaking air, and I ended up breaking down about 5 miles from where I had to drop off. So my semi-truck couldn't move no more because it was leaking air and the brakes engaged. And that was my first breakdown. It was a $5 part. I understood that in trucking, it's not really about the breakdowns. It's about how long it takes to get it fixed. This was a $5 part, but I needed to wait till Monday till Freightliner opened to go pick up the part. It was a Saturday. I work Saturdays and Sundays, so I missed out about $1,500 that I couldn't make that Sunday and the end of the Saturday. So that's what sucked. $5 parts. There's me taking it off. I take pictures because I know one day we're gonna be up there, and I wanna show people that you get down and dirty during the time. So that's me right there, guys. One of the videos that I made with Reyes, if you guys know him, Reyes the entrepreneur. I did a collab with him back in the day and got my YouTube channel started. And you know, that's one of the first videos I did. Then one of my most viral videos, Day in the Life of a Truck Driver. You guys enjoyed that video. And we're pretty much going from there. We finished the tomato season. I believe it was around $60,000 that we made. I ended up taking home quite a lot of that money. And I went right into walnuts. Right here's a picture when I hopped into walnuts. At that time, I also had the opportunity to get one of the cars that I really liked to have in a collection in the future. So I got a Azure Blue Mach 1, which you guys seen in the channel a little bit. It's going to be back. It's getting taken care of right now. So that's me and the Mach 1 with a 2-axle semi-truck. I want you guys to remember this picture because there's a pretty cool glow up in the next couple minutes. So we go from there. At this time, I'm learning, you know what? It's important to save your money. It's important to organize the trucking money very good. I went from making $500 a week to $1,000 a week to now $6,000 a week. But we have a lot of money in expenses. And a lot of people get lost in not knowing how to organize that money. So I got my authority, like I said in the beginning, opened up, started trucking, paid the money for the authority, which wasn't a lot, under $400. Started organizing my money, saying, you know, I'm wasting around this much in diesel. Make sure that goes to diesel. I was paying myself in the beginning only $800 a week. I said, man, I was living just fine at $1,000 a week. Now just because I'm making $5K doesn't mean I need to spend everything. So I was paying myself $800 and I took care of all the expenses, everything else towards savings because I want to open that business ASAP. So that's what we did, guys. We did a killer season that year, which was 2020. Everything went super good. The walnuts were there. We did grapes. So in ag season completely, I did about, I believe it was $72,000. And I started doing some snow, which I never thought I would do in my life. Here's some pictures of me in the snow, man. It was a good experience. I said, you know what, I'm going to finish strong. I'm going to sell my semi-truck soon. You know, I want some pride. I want some pride. I feel like a real trucker. I think everything's been going pretty smooth. So here's some pictures of me in the snow. It was a cool experience. Really enjoyed it. And around that time, man, I said, you know what? I have good money right now. Everything's going good. I decided to sell my semi-truck. I bought it for $28,000. I paid it all off. Around November, I listed it for $27,000. It was sold like that. 2 days was gone. $27,000 back in cash. And it was crazy how simple everything went. But at the time, there's a little miscalculation. I had around $80,000 and the Mach 1. So when I count the Mach 1, we're around $90,000. So close to $100,000 all in cash, which to me was crazy. My goal was $50K. I'm almost at $100,000, which was insane. It was a big goal of mine, and you know, it felt like a great accomplishment. At the time, you know, I'm getting ready. I was like, okay, we're good to go. It's COVID right now. Restaurants aren't doing too good, so I might as well go with the food truck. I started looking into some locations. I want to open my business here where I'm at right now. At that time, I did my research. Food trucks seem to be available online, but I forget it's COVID. So I call in. I start looking for food trucks. There's nothing. Food trucks are $80,000, $100,000. They're telling me it's going to take a year to be ready, 18 months, 13 months. I'm like, that's freaking insane. Who knew they're going to take that long to make? So I kind of got a little depressed during that time, you know, but still putting in work. Here's a picture of getting my cooking skills in. We're going to be having chicken, steak, ground turkey, a lot of healthy options. That was just me practicing at the time. And around this time, man, I'm still looking at that Shelby. I love that car. Looking pictures of that Shelby. And I researched for about, I actually went on vacation. I went to Cancun. I enjoyed time a little bit there. I enjoyed a little bit of the hard-earned money right there. So we went to Cancun, came back, put in some work. We found a food truck down in Texas with a good company. It's this black food truck right here. $50,000, guys. Come on. Here in California, they're telling me $90K and I can't customize. This one's fully customized, 20-foot truck for $50K. So I placed an order on this. It was around $47,000 with everything. You know, I said, you know what? I like to play hard, so let's put all the money down. We bought all the truck cash, sent all the money over there. I don't know if you guys remember my little iconic title holding all the cash that I did the video with. So I ended up, you know, putting the cash down, you know, and I'm like, you know what? The semi-truck that told me to be here in 6 months. I posted a video that I was quitting trucking because I was done. You know, I'm like, okay, we get a food truck, we're ready to roll. I got 80K. You know, that's enough to cover employees. That's enough to do everything. It's good to go. Let's get this. And the food truck was gonna take 6 months. So I was like, you know what? Everyone told me in the comments I was gonna come back to trucking. So I guess, you know, I'm back to trucking. Food truck gonna be here in 6 months. I know the game. Get in it again. Do the same thing. Repeat. Save another 80,000, and we're ready to go. Multiply the money. So around that time, I started looking for a semi truck. And this time I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get something good, something that's an easy resale. I'll probably go for something for a loan now. I don't want to give a lot of cash down. I don't want to buy something cash. I want to get a loan for it. I'll use the cash for whatever I need, businesses, anything I need for the food truck. So I ended up looking at this 3-axle semi truck right here, 2014, 123,000 miles for 42K. Which, if you guys check the prices right now, that's a steal. That's great money. So I bought that semi truck. I ended up putting $11,000 down. Purchase price was $42,000. Got a loan out for $35K. So that was cool. I said, okay, let's start working. At the time, my permit did take a while because of COVID, so I was paying insurance. You guys know my insurance is $2,000 a month. I paid insurance for 2 months because my permit took a while to get here. There was a mistake, and it took a while. So 2 months without working, I was getting a little stressed out because, you know, you feel the tension. All my cash is in the food truck. Put $11,000 in the truck. I need some money coming in because everything could go down really fast. And at that time, too, I was like, you know what? The Shelbys are appreciating a lot in value. In 2019, they were around $40,000. If I'm going to buy one, might as well pull the trigger right now. And I ended up buying this Avalanche Gray Shelby GT350. Beautiful car. Really happy with the purchase. Really love the car. It lived up to the hype. It's an awesome car, guys. And here's a picture. So if you guys remember, it was a Blue Mach 1 Mustang with the other semi-truck. Now we have a $50,000 car and a $50,000 semi-truck, $100K that I bought this year, which was a great dream come true. I'm very happy here holding the keys. So, you know, a lot of accomplishments happening this year. And at this time, I was like, okay, the food truck's coming. Let me get busy. Let me start working. This year, I decided to get into the grapes. I hauled grapes, which was a good experience. If you guys saw my last video, nice, easy job, around $1,000 a day. I got my first ticket with the DOT, which was really scary at first. Everything's taken care of now. And everything was going pretty smooth. The money wasn't coming in as fast as last year. My expenses were a little bit higher this time. I had my car payment, my house payment, the insurance, the truck payment. So expenses were kind of high at the time. I wasn't saving as much money. But I was like, you know what? If I end up getting $30,000 saved up in the bank and I sell my semi-truck again, or I end up getting a driver in it, we're good to go. Those $30K plus whatever I have is going to be enough for the food truck. But we got into an accident, guys. If you guys remember the video, minus 10,000 in earnings. That was the last of the season. We're gonna go strong, get those 10K, probably 8K profit from those 10,000. That was gonna add to my bank. I was gonna be around at $25,000. But the semi truck is down. Had to put some money up to fix right away. The insurance paid me back. The semi truck is still at the shop right now, and I'm still paying insurance. So this year was a little bit more tough than last year. And but we're still, you know, making accomplishments, getting things through. So I was like, you know what, I'll go cruising to Shelby, have a good time. I thought the semi truck was gonna be ready soon, but it's not. So this year was a little more rough, I'll admit, a little more rough than last year. But I did learn a lot more. I did learn there's way more jobs out there, and something I wanted to talk to you guys about was everything right here that I did. It seems pretty cool. You know, I'm very proud of it. But through all this time, I was kind of a little bit depressed. So my way of depression is waking up in the morning or going to sleep at night and knowing I didn't fulfill my full potential that day. So no matter what I do, I always feel sad. I could go do a 16-hour shift, come home, made 1,200, but I always feel that I have a little bit more in me to give. Maybe I didn't post a video that day. Maybe I didn't do something beneficial towards my food truck. So during all this time, honestly, I was very, very depressed. And you know, I'm just kind of living with that because, you know, I have a lot of accomplishments that I'm proud of, but that's kind of part of life. So no matter where you're going through, guys, one step at a day, you guys will get through this. All of this happened in 3 years, and, you know, I'm very, very proud of myself, but I know I could give more. So always staying motivated. Right now, we're currently waiting for the semi-truck to get finished. I'm probably going to have to work probably 3 more months, 2 more months, save up a little more money, recover from the accident. The food truck has been delayed as well because of COVID and the shortness of supply, as you guys know. So we're waiting for that to be ready. Hopefully it'll be here January, February. By that time, I'm also really happy. I did learn about a lot about trucking. I have an opportunity to maybe become a broker. I want to talk to you guys about that too. If you guys ever want to get into the same work I get into, maybe we can start talking. I'll make a video especially on that, so I can get your email and all your information for that. So things are a little bit rough right now, but things are gonna get really, really good, and we're just waiting, excited to see what happens. The semi truck should be ready next week. Start making some more money. The food truck should be ready, and you know what? Something cool that happened this year. I met Ken. If you guys know his YouTube channel, Ken V. We did a collab video, and it's freaking cool to see. Here's a picture of him, then a picture of me. Similarities. We're like sports cars, and we're in the trucking business, and he's young too. So it's really cool to see someone putting in work too, because it's hard to find. He's one of the very, honestly, like one of like 3 people I know that are kicking ass right now, and it's cool to see that. So I personally do these videos because when I was younger, I got really motivated by a lot of YouTubers. Sometimes I ask myself why I still do this, but those videos are what made me dream big. Ambition is really important, and I want you guys to make sure you focus on your goals and put in work, because everything is worth it. Having that Shelby is a dream for me. Having the food truck order, having a semi truck. We're a couple months away now from having 3 solid sources of income, well over $10,000 a month each. And that to me is gonna be crazy. I told myself, I could sustain my life and invest money at $15,000 a month, $5,000 for my cars and my house, $5,000 for my business, and $5,000 go to savings. So I told myself 15,000 would be good enough, but we're at a point where we could be well over $35,000-$40,000 in profit, and that to me is really exciting to see. Of course, gonna share the whole process with you guys. Let me know if you guys found this video helpful. It means a lot to me to share this with you guys. It was a very exciting 3 years that were kind of hard for me, but at the same time, you look back and life is crazy. Everything was definitely worth it. So let me comment down below if you guys liked the video, guys. Definitely a long video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't usually make long videos, but I wanted to show you guys the whole process of how everything happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys on the next one, and peace.